Where does Geno go?
Anywhere from number 2 to number 32. And it's amazing to have the guy who's regarded as the first quarterback, the best quarterback in this class, have such a wide range of possibilities. But that's exactly where it is. This is not last year where you've got Andrew Luck and Robert Griffin III head and shoulders at the top of the class. The Jaguars could take Geno Smith at number 2. They're keeping their plans tightly under wraps. A lot of people don't think they will. Some think they could. And then if he gets past number 9 with the New York Jets and possibly number 13 with the Jets, he could plunge all the way to the bottom of the round, and then the question would be at what point does someone trade up from round 2 into the bottom of round 1 to get him. So it's going to be a weird, potentially bumpy ride for Geno Smith on Thursday night at Radio City Music Hall.
Does that make for a big difference in money, 2 to 32?
Not as much as it used to. It's a significant drop, but before 2011, when the NFL did not have a rookie wage scale, the money at the top of the draft was just obscene. $70 million contract, $50 million guaranteed if you were the first overall pick. And it was maybe 10% of that at the bottom of the round. So it's a significant drop, but nothing compared to what it used to be. The money now is in your second contract. You got to come in and show you can get it done. And if you get it done, then you're going to get paid after your third year or maybe after your fourth year in the NFL.
Mike Florio, ProFootballTalk.com on the draft Thursday. Tavon Austin?
Tavon Austin, who knows? Top 10 or top 20? I think the bottom for him is number 16 with the St. Louis Rams. I don't think he slips past the Rams there because they are desperate for impact players, and he is widely regarded, despite his height, of being an impact player. But he could go in the top 10. Now, the height is something that a team's going to have to get past, but there's so much explosiveness, the shiftiness, the agility, the straight-line speed, the fact that he can do multiple things on your football team. The more things you can do, the more valuable you are to the team. Return man, receiver, move him around, put him in different positions, put him in the backfield. Very versatile player, and wouldn't surprise me if he goes somewhere in the bottom of the top 10, somewhere between 6 and 10.
Mike, I defer to you on all these things, and sometimes you watch college players against college teams, and you don't get a true assessment of what they can do. I've seen Stedman a lot. I mean, Tavon a lot. I think he can play. I just think he's got skills. I think he's got skills. I think he can play.
Here's the thing. I asked Kevin Colbert yesterday, the Steelers general manager, why there is such a disconnect between all the information, the measure. You put so much time and effort into the draft, the teams do, and the money that gets invested in trying to figure out who the players are going to be. And then when you look back on it, half of them are busts, and you don't know why. And he told me that the two important factors, at least from the Steelers' perspective, are intangibles, leadership, work ethic, all under that umbrella of intangibles, and then also intelligence. And it's a certain type of intelligence you have to play at the NFL level. Some guys just don't have it. And those are the things that are the hardest for teams to get their fingers on, even with all the time and money that's spent on the draft. There's still a certain element of crapshoot, and we'll see what kind of a pro all these guys become, everybody who's drafted, and the guys who aren't drafted. There have been guys who haven't been drafted who've made it to the Hall of Fame. Yeah.
Real quick, let me run through 3 more. I know you got to go here. Stedman Bailey?
Stedman Bailey's a guy, third round, maybe he sneaks into the second round. He's not real fast, and speed is the biggest commodity at the NFL level, but I think he's got the potential to be extremely productive.
Joey Madsen?
Probably mid-round, 4, 5, 6. You never quite know because there's so many guys that have that. Well, he's a mid-round guy. There's only so many spots in the middle rounds, so somebody's going to end up in the late rounds.
Marshall's Aaron Dobson?
Yeah, Dobson's an intriguing guy. 3-year starter, great production. I know one of my guys here at NBC Sports Network, Sean King, has him as the potential sleeper of the receiver class, and he's pegged as a 4th rounder, and I think that would be just about right if that's where he goes.
Yeah. What's the NFL looking for this year?
Well, quarterback. Everybody's always looking for a quarterback. There's 2 types of teams in the NFL, teams that have franchise quarterbacks and teams that are trying to find franchise quarterbacks. The problem is you look at these quarterbacks, and none of them are obvious franchise quarterbacks. And Russell Wilson wasn't last year either. He was taken 5 spots after a punter in round 3 by the Seahawks.
Yeah,
I think the challenge this year is to be the team that finds the guy who becomes a franchise quarterback, because you find a guy like that, you've got him for 10 years, you're going to contend every year, you're going to keep your job as the head coach, and you're going to maybe win a Super Bowl along the way.
Mike Florio, ProFootballTalk.com. Busy night for you Thursday night. I appreciate your time. Thanks for coming on.